Welcome back to the Making the Madness YouTube channel. This is Jonathan here to break down the news as Terrence Shannon has announced that he is returning to Texas Tech for his junior season. Certainly big time news for Texas Tech. Shannon was one of the you know best players remaining in the NBA draft process. Certainly very up in the air type of decision, and ultimately it breaks away of the college, which is good for college basketball. Just in general, it's good for the Big 12 next season, which now obviously the Big Three are the favorites, but Texas Tech is now one of those teams. You look at the Big 12 hanging the next season, with Texas Tech being likely NCAA tournament bound now with Terrence Shannon back. That's certainly big, and it looks like the Big 12 is going to be in good position. And for Texas Tech, this was a much needed decision because without Terrence Shannon, I think Texas Tech still had the pieces to make the NCAA tournament, but they need a lot of things to go right. Well, now a lot of things have gone right with Terrence Shannon back, because Terrence Shannon, he can be that number one option. Obviously, Mac McClung was kind of the number one option this past season. They lose him, they lose Kyler Edwards, but for Texas Tech now, Terrence Shannon becomes the clear number one go-to option. I think last year there was maybe Terrence Shannon was taking too much of a backseat. No more. He needs to be the number one option. I think he will, kind of be the number one option. I think Kevin McCullough will be the number two option for the team. I think Kevin McCullough, you look at him, he's someone that, is a good, kind of stretch four. He can shoot. He's, tough, physical. That's a perfect four-man. Terrence Shannon's going to play, the three or the four. So you've got those two. It's a pretty clear Terrence Shannon's the alpha. Kevin McCullough's the number two option, and Texas Tech will go from there because they have a lot of different pieces that could fit right into the puzzle. At the center spot, they have Bryson Williams, Marcus Santos Silva. They're going to battle over minutes. I think you look at both of them. I would say Williams maybe fits best in at the starting spot. You could start them both out there, but with so much guard depth that they've added over this offseason, I would say it would probably be advised to just start both of them. Kevin McCullough at the 4, Terrence Shannon, you can start at the 3, and then at the guard spots, you've got a lot of different options. You've got Sardau or Calhoun, former JUCO, former Florida State guard. He can shoot the lights out. He's a just straight up bucket getter. He's 6'6". That's a good 3-and-D type player. You got Clarence Nadoli, who kind of took a step forward. He looked like he could potentially be a solid point guard option going forward. They have Malik Wilson, who transferred in from Louisiana Lafayette. You get him, and he is someone that I think can run the point. So you got those two who can kind of run the show at the point. You've got Davion Warren, a 6'6" guard. He goes and gets buckets, just obliterated the MEAC level. So he's certainly good. They've got Adonis Arms, another solid transfer additions. So this is a team that did good cleaning it up on the transfer market, and then pretty clearly the decisions of how good this Texas Tech team was going to be, whether Terrence Shannon came back, and now that he is returning for another season, I think they're going to be really good. I would say you could maybe even put them borderline top 25 team if you put them in your top 25 poll. I don't think that's a mistake. I think they're good enough to be there. They're certainly a very good team. It kind of depends a little bit upon how good Terrence Shannon is, how good Kevin McCullough is. Obviously, you got to adjust Chris Beard. He's not there. Mark Adams is. They're going to defend. They're going to play tough team defense. They're going to get after it on the defensive end. But it kind of comes down to how good those two are, how good the role players are. But Texas Tech going to be good, going to be an NCAA tournament team. Thanks again for tuning in to Making the Madness on YouTube. We'll be back next time. Thank you.